All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're unpacking a guide for parents that really gets to the heart of what matters. How do you raise a child who is not just sharp, but also confident and emotionally secure? We're going to blend some fascinating brain science with some really powerful parenting advice to give you that whole picture.
You know, this quote really says it all. We're talking about a golden window of development, and it's not just a cute phase. These are the years where the actual foundation for memory, focus, and creativity is being built, and it's happening at this incredible once-in-a-lifetime speed.
So, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll tackle the mind. We'll look at that golden window, the best foods for brain growth, and some simple activities to spark their genius. Then, we're going to switch gears and focus on the heart, talking about a parent's impact, some habits we need to avoid, and how to build an emotional foundation that lasts a lifetime.
Okay, Section 1, the golden window. During these years, a kid's brain is just incredibly receptive. We're going to explore why this time is so critical and how simple things like what they eat and what they do can make all the difference, way more than any expensive gadget or app. So let's get practical and talk about our first pillar, brain-boosting foods. We're going to zero in on 4 essential nutrients that are scientifically proven to, well, pretty much supercharge a child's brain development. Here they are, our 4 key players: zinc, vitamin D, healthy fats, and all the good stuff you find in seeds and nuts. Each one does something really specific and really important for building a brilliant mind. So let's get into it. First up is zinc. Now, what's so cool about this is where it works, the prefrontal cortex. You can think of that as the CEO of your child's brain. It's in charge of decision-making and planning. Zinc is like the construction crew in there, helping all the neurons build new connections. If you don't have enough zinc, that critical work just slows right down. So, where do you get it? Well, it's in a lot of everyday foods. Egg yolks, red meat, lentils, and nuts are all great. Oh, and a special shout out to pumpkin and sunflower seeds. They are absolute zinc powerhouses. And it's so easy to add these to their diet, either in a meal or just as a quick snack. Next, let's talk vitamin D. Yeah, we all think of it for bones, but it is absolutely vital for the brain. The best way to think about it is like upgrading the Wi-Fi between the brain cells. With enough vitamin D, those signals just travel faster. That means your child can understand things, remember them, and react, all more quickly.
Of course, the #1 source is just good old-fashioned sunlight. But you can also find it in eggs, fish, and ghee. And here's a great tip from the source material. Homemade yogurt is way better than the stuff from the store. Why? Because that natural fermentation process creates all this good bacteria our bodies absolutely need.
Now get ready for this number. 60%. That's right, 60% of the human brain is literally made of fat. But here's the kicker. Our bodies can't make these special fats on their own. They have to come from the food we eat.
And we're talking about healthy fats, of course. Things like eggs, ghee, walnuts, and almonds are just fantastic. Red meat, like mutton or beef, is also on the list because it helps build the actual structure of the brain cells. And you can't forget amazing seeds like flax and chia. Okay, so we fueled the brain. Now, how do we exercise it? This next section is all about those simple, everyday activities, stuff we often overlook that have a huge impact on building a really flexible and creative mind. First up, the timeless classic, storytelling. A simple bedtime story is doing so much more than just helping them fall asleep. It's introducing new words, it's helping them figure out right from wrong in a safe and cozy way, and it builds empathy by letting them see the world through someone else's eyes. It's an incredible tool.
Next is getting hands-on. You know, playing with something as simple as a set of blocks is actually a really complex mental workout. It teaches them about space, about cause and effect, and it sharpens that critical link between what their eyes see and what their hands can do. This is literally the foundation for skills in math and engineering down the line.
And this one is huge. Encourage their questions. That endless stream of why isn't there to drive you crazy. It's the sound of their brain firing on all cylinders, making new connections. Every single question is like a rep at the gym for their mind. So don't shut it down. Lean into it. That is how curiosity turns into intelligence. So we've covered the mind with all this great food and these activities, but what if you do all of that and it's completely undermined by the emotional climate at home? This question brings us to the second half of our journey today, and honestly, it's just as important. This leads us to the emotional pillar of a child's world. Now, the example we're going to use focuses on a father, but these lessons, they apply to any parent, any primary caregiver.
We're about to explore the subtle things we do that shape a child's sense of self-worth more than almost anything else.
I mean, just let that sink in for a second. What a powerful metaphor. A parent is supposed to be that safe place, that shade from the hot sun. But if the roots of that tree, your daily words, your actions, are filled with anger or constant criticism, well, that shade just vanishes. The safety is gone.
So let's get specific and look at some habits to avoid. And look, the point here is not to make anyone feel guilty. It's just about building awareness around these really common behaviors that, even if we mean well, can have some seriously negative consequences for a child's confidence.
First on the list, forcing your own unfulfilled dreams onto them, pushing them to be the doctor or the artist that you never got to be. It doesn't honor them, it kind of erases them. The healthy way is to actually see who they are, to nurture their passions and give them the freedom to find their own way.
The second habit is that constant comparison game. Why can't you be more like your brother? Or look how well your cousin is doing. What a child hears when you say that is, you're not good enough. It just plants these deep seeds of self-doubt. The only person they should be compared to is who they were yesterday. Celebrate their own personal growth. And it doesn't stop there. There are other things that are just as damaging. Hiding your love behind a wall of strictness? A child just reads that as rejection. Being there physically but mentally checked out. Lost in your phone or work, using harsh or abusive words that just scar their spirit. And finally, and this is so critical for fathers, disrespecting their mother. That shatters a child's entire world.
So, where does this all leave us? It leaves us here, building a lasting foundation. It's about really understanding that a sharp mind just can't thrive without a secure heart. The two are completely connected. The food, the games, the love, the respect, it all works together to build the whole child.
At the end of the day, a child learns from what you do, not from what you say. So the real question, the one I want to leave you with is this. What kind of legacy are your actions building right now, today?